Hey guys, this is Alex, the Comic Hoarder. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for checking my channel out. This is a contest entry for Drahcir's Comics and Things 100 subscriber contest. First of all, congratulations. What an awesome milestone, man. You deserve it. You're a great addition to this comic book community. So here's the rules. Number one, you have to be subbed to Drahcir's Comics and Things. Number two, you have to be 18 years or older. Exception is the Collector 27, Tristan. Shout out one YouTuber with less than 75 subs. So my shout out is PD's Hobbies. PD's Hobbies is an awesome guy, and he's international, but he is great. He's showing some really rock solid books already, and I'm just super excited to see where he goes and just to interact with him more in the private message. And he's just a really genuinely nice person. So I want to shout out PD's Hobbies. And number four, tell you how I think the name of your channel is pronounced, and it's Drahcir's. I pronounce it Drah, and then the C-I-R, I pronounce it Sure. So it might be Drahcir, but I pronounce it Drahcir. I might have pronounced it Drahcir earlier. I don't know. It will be different every time you hear it from me. But either way, I know you told us that it's Richard spelled backwards, so very cool idea. And then the last thing is to show, actually the two last things are tell you what kind of character you would want to have sketched. Probably if I was going to have a sketch done, I would say either Wonder Woman or Superman. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, if we get there, man. I'm just here to congratulate you, to show my support for you and your channel. So we are to show some covers from the decades. So I will start from the current decade that we're in, and this is a book that I just showed in a haul, and it's one of my favorite covers right now. It's Venom. This is the Gabriel Del Auto. So this kind of represents this decade's artwork. We're seeing a lot of realistic artwork right now. It's less cartoony, and it's just really good stuff. And Gabriel Del Auto is one of those guys leading the way. Now, Alex Ross kind of pioneered that stuff, but Gabriel Del Auto, Matina, those kind of guys are picking it up, running with it. Drahcir, those guys are great. So check these guys out. This is one of those books that an exclusive for Frankie's Comics. And this is one of the prizes. So if you guys want to win something like this, enter this contest. All right. So now we're moving on to the 2000s, and he said show one. I'm going to show a couple, but I'm going to try to do it fast so this doesn't take up a lot of time. So in the 2000s, my favorite artist was Adam Hughes. So this is Wonder Woman 184, and I have two copies of this. But my favorite book from that time frame was Catwoman 51. I have two copies of this as well. Amazing artwork. Adam Hughes is the man. He still is the man. Now we're going to the 90s. Got a couple books from the 90s, but this has got to be my favorite book from the 90s, and it is Uncanny X-Men 266. Gambit is my favorite X-Men, and this is easily one of my favorite comic books. This was a grail for me back when I first started collecting comic books, and to have four really nice copies of this book is really awesome. It's one that I really don't want to part with, and I just like to hang on to these ones, and definitely one of my favorites. Can't remember. Here, I'll just show this one. Another one that is really popular is Batman Adventures 12. So this is the 90s still. So this is from 1993. So as you can see, in the early 90s, that adventure stuff, the TV stuff, you know, all the stuff that was on Fox, X-Men Adventures, Batman Adventures, Superman Adventures, Justice League Adventures, I think had one as well. That was the popular stuff back then. So this is a really cool, also kind of a, you know, major key for me. Okay. This one is New Mutants 98. I've got two copies of this. This one is probably one that I am going to try to sell or get rid of. There's a few color breaking things there, but this is definitely a cool cover. It really does represent that late 80s, early 90s goodness there. So now we're on to the 80s. Two covers to show you there. I just pulled this one out while I was sifting through books to show in this. This is the Marvel Spotlight on Star-Lord. And so this is the first Star-Lord in like the comic books and not the magazine style books. So there's that from 1980. And then this is one of my favorite. The Phoenix Saga is the jam. And so I love this stuff. And this was from 1980. And so this is an awesome book. This is an awesome cover from 1980. Now we're on to the 70s. One of my favorite books from the 70s is Miss Marvel, and you can just tell one of the reasons why this is my favorite from the 70s is just check out her hairstyle. I mean, that's the typical hairstyle you would have seen in the 70s. Really flowy, feathery. It's awesome. I have 3 copies of this book as well. Very nice. This one's a little bit of a mid-grade to low-grade, but the other 2 are very, very nice copies. Miss Marvel #1, awesome book to have. One of my favorite books in my collection, and I'm going to show it in another contest video as well, is Giant Size X-Men #1. This is a very good copy of this. Awesome book to have. Very cool artwork and the first appearance of this new X-Men team. Now we're on to the 60s. This will forever be, if I'm asked to show favorite covers, this will always be included. It could use a press, but I'm happy with my copy of The Flash 1/23, and this is an amazing book. The Flash of Two Worlds, such an iconic cover, and it's definitely one of my favorites. So there's that book. Believe it or not, we've got some from the 50s. I'll show them in descending order. So this is from 1952. This is Wonder Woman from 1952. Silver Age stuff, a lot of condition, but this is still a pretty solid copy of this. I mean, everything else is very nice, just some spine issues. Wonder Woman 52. We have Wonder Woman 48. Another really nice, classy Golden Age Wonder Woman from the 50s. This is from 1951. And like I said, this is Wonder Woman 48. And then we have Wonder Woman 39. Very nice. And this is from 1950. Very nice cover there. Very classic Wonder Woman cover. Alright, and now we're on to the 40s. So let me also do these in a descending order. Okay, we have Action Comics 98. I absolutely love this big banner stuff. It's absolutely incredible. And this book is in very nice condition. There's some writing here. But if I were to get one of these Golden Age books graded, it would probably be this one. So once again, that's Action Comics 98. I have 2 copies of Action Comics. This is 92. So I have 2 copies of that. 92. I have a copy of Action Comics 79. Probably a 2.0 good copy of this. You can see there's some condition issues there. Otherwise, it's a very straight, nice, little bit of spine issues there, but very nice copy. And then last but not least, Action Comics 71. This is a Valentine's Day issue, and this is a very nice copy. It had 1 staple in it instead of 2 or 3. And the spine is very nice. The book is very nice. Metropolis Comics graded this at a 3.5. So that's a very nice book. So, Drahcir's Comics and Things, congratulations on 100 subs. Good luck on this contest, man. I hope it gets you lots of exposure to new people that will also love your channel as much as I do. Hope you're well, and I'll talk to you all later. See ya. Bye.